The market has many people wondering what to do. As a Vectorvest subscriber, you truly understand how important market timing is and what we do to keep our subscribers on the right side of it. Let's talk about what's going on and how to trade it. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube live channel, Trending Thursdays. My name is Glenn Tompkins. I'm a senior instructor here at Vectorvest. It's truly my pleasure to be here. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond with VV Nation to let me know that everything is coming across loud and clear and that the technology is working. A lot of people in the room. That's a beautiful thing. I'm loving that. VV Nation is showing out today. But we're going to rock and roll and make some money. All right, that's what it's all about. Trending Thursdays, for those of you who may be new, is all about stocks making the news. We use the power of the Vectorvest software to help us to determine if those are good plays or not, or stocks to stay away from. So the Vectorvest software plays a crucial role in helping us to determine the stocks that make the news. And now, is this news driven? Does it move up? Does it move down? The Vectorvest software will help us to answer those questions. And that was for the benefit of the new people. For all my regulars, thank you for being here. And you know something? Let's get hot and heavy and right into it. As you know, the first thing that we always look at is market direction. Why? Because the market's direction affects 80% of the stocks in the market. So we always start by using the Vectorvest software to analyze what's going on in the market. So here's the homepage of the Vectorvest software. If you are not a subscriber to the Vectorvest software, you like the content that we talk about here, Joey's going to type in the room. By the way, Joey is my producer. Say hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Joey's my producer. He's going to type a link in the room for you guys to take a trial to the Vectorvest software for 99 cents for 30 days. So you are going to see the benefit of using the software, but if you too would like to be able to do a lot of the things that I'm doing in here, take the trial, 99 cents. Click on that link that Joey's putting in there. Click that link to sign up, though, because it gives us a great way to see who's signing up from the YouTube channel. So if you're going to sign up, use that link. Now, with that all being said, we can clearly see what's going on in our homepage. All of the major indices are down today. Big down day in the market. The Dow is down 200 points. The leader to the downside looks to be the NASDAQ, down over 1.5%. Followed by the S&P 100 down 1 3/10%. And our Vectorvest composite, which is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track, is down 0.75%. Why do we use the VVC? Because we are currently tracking 8,319 stocks. The VVC is one indicator that tracks the move of all of those stocks. That's why we use it for market timing. We feel that it gives us a better representation of the broad market movement. And again, we use it for market timing. All of the major indices are down. Our guidance in the color guard says Vectorvest advocates what? Caution when buying stocks at this time. We look at the color guard. If you want to learn more about the color guard, again, if you take a trial to the software, you will get a nightly update on what this color guard is and how it works. Simple though. Use it like traffic light. What's the predominant color you see in the color guard right now? Yellow. If you watch the daily color guard report, we'll show you how these colors pop up in the appropriate rows. So that is why we're saying more neutrality or caution at this time. If you're short in the market, tighten the stops on your stocks that you're shorting. If you're long in the market, tighten the stops on the stocks that you're long. No matter what happens on either day, whether the market's up or whether the market's down, the tightening of your stops helps you to mitigate what's going on in the market. Arjan is asking someone reply. Joey is in the background. Arjan, if he can reply to you, he will. Keep in mind, there's a lot of people in the room, so I'm trying to make sure.
What stock you should buy today?
What stock? No, that's not what this is all about. We're going to look at the stocks that are making the news. So yeah, if that's what you're here for, that's not the place. This is not the place for that. What I'm doing is showing you the stocks that are making the news. All right. And we're going to go from there. So as far as just coming here to see, hey, what stock should I buy? This ain't the place for that. I'm going to give you an education on using the Vectorvest software to help you to find stocks, but we're going to analyze a lot of stocks that are out there for you as well. All right. So looking at the color guard, a lot of yellow, time to be cautious. Tighten the stops on your stocks that you're in, no matter what side of the market you're on. Now, with that, I am going to go into our first story, dealing with what's going on in the market, what moves markets, earnings, interest, and inflation. All right, those are the three things that move markets globally. So the first story I have in regards to what's going on in the market today, the Fed holds rates steady near zero and indicates that it will stay there for years. I saw a story that said it's going to stay there for about 3 years. So, the Fed is trying to do everything that it can to buoy the economy and keep the economy going the best way that it can. My next story is interesting. Stock markets have now seen the peak of the Fed stimulus. I want you guys to answer a question in the chat. Do you think that the Fed is run out of everything that it can do to stimulate the economy? All right, I want to hear that. Yes or no? Type it in the room. All right, I'm very interested to know. But this story says, unless these two things happen, if you scroll down, one of the two things, you're looking at the planned hold interest rates, blah, blah, blah. However, uninspiring data failed to invigorate the markets as the Dow Jones Industrial slipped 0.3% or 69 points. And that was as of today. All right, that was as of today, as we're looking at it. In our call later to Lena Komoliva, oh my gosh, chief economist for G Plus Economics, said markets have now seen the peak of the Fed stimulus, barring a government error or market shock. The Fed's new inflation framework has not led to new policy regime or fresh action. That's key. So, the market is looking for stimulus. The Congress is out there trying to go back and forth to determine whether or not there's going to be more stimulus. The Fed, is, and that's why I asked the question, do you think that the Fed has shot all of its bullets in regards to, I don't know if that's a good thing to say. I shouldn't want to say that, right? Nah. If they've used or exasperated, that's a good word, right, Joey? Exasperated everything that they can do to help to stir up the economy. With no signs of further measures from the Fed, an analyst said that the spotlight now would be on what? Congress over a new stimulus package. That's now, the Fed is saying and I've been showing stories, the Fed has been asking, saying we need more stimulus. And if Congress can't come up, I don't know where that's going to put us as far as the market still growing. All right, my next story in here is spending is growing. U.S. retail spending grew at a slower pace. So people are buying money, but I think this is still catching up from the people that got stimulus. Now with no stimulus, I think you're going to watch retail spending fall a little bit. This says that it grew at a slower pace in August. I think it's going to grow at even a more slower pace in September if we don't come up with any stimulus. And as that's happening, the Fed is doing everything that it can do. But if the Congress doesn't come through with something to stimulate, to help put more stimulus, because you put more stimulus, you put more money in people's pockets. You put more money in people's pockets, they're going to put it back out into the economy. Well, if they're not getting the money, they can't put it out into the economy. So I think all three stories have some merit. But starting with the Fed holds the rates near zero, I think they have to. I think if you start raising interest rates, that's the quickest way to make the market go boom, bang, poof. I don't have my thing, do I? All right.
But you can't use it right now.
Huh?
I can't use it right now anyway.
I can't use it. All right, never mind. All right, so let's now go back out to the Vectorvest program. I'm going to go to our viewers tab. I'm going to go to our watch list viewer for today. Trending Thursday. Let's go down to find today, which is 9/17. Here's the stocks that we'll talk about today. But the two stocks that I look at for the market, for those of you who are not Vectorvest subscribers, I look at the spiders. And for those of you who are Vectorvest subscribers, we look at the Vectorvest composite. Now I'm going to pull these both up on the graph. All right. And this is going to be a depiction of what's going on in the market. I'm going to look at a 3-month graph. Here's the market pullback off of the high on the Vectorvest composite on 9/2. Market turned around. Our market timing calls started issuing down calls. But if I have a 3 and an 8 exponential moving average on that Vectorvest composite, notice that even as the market rose for 3 days, the 3 exponential moving average stayed below the red line, or the 8 exponential moving average, and the market is still moving to the downside. Now, we do have downside to this level of current support, which was prior resistance, sitting at 326.96. Actually, this is on the spiders, not on the Vectorvest composite. This is on the spiders. So we have a level of support sitting at 326.96. Let's see if that level of support will hold, or if it breaks down, that then tells us that we do have more downside by way of the S&P 500. And the Vectorvest composite is doing a lot of the same thing, pulled back off of the high on 9/2. The 3 did go quickly above the 8, but it looks like it's turning back around now. Here's our level of support. Here's a better level of support sitting right here. Let me give you a level on the Vectorvest composite, sitting at a level of about $48.47, where the market's trading at 50.15. All right. Now, I say all of this, and we got to it quick. I say all of this to say, how do you trade the market right now? Well, coming off a high, you should probably be more bearish right now. We do have levels of support both on the Vectorvest composite and on the S&P 500. Let's take a wait and see attitude about what's going on in the market, how to play the market. But as a trader, you play the day that the market gives you. Notice that coming off of these days of down, an up day. If I'm a trader, though, I can play that up day. As a trader, you take what the market gives you. As a longer-term investor, use some semblance of market timing to let you know what you should or should not do.